Greetings, my friends, and welcome to this week's edition of the Beating Heart Moment. I'm Fred Johnson, happy to be with you again this week as we continue our Beating Heart journey. And this session is going to be slightly shorter only because I'm going to revisit a conversation that we've had in the past, but it's a really, really important one, not just for us here in the Beating Heart Moment community, but kind of broadly. I think one of the questions that's asked over and over again, and I think it's the responsibility of those of us who are really in the sound health practice world to remind folks that this whole journey of sounding, and that's what this week's focus is really going to be on, is expanding our understanding and our journey into utilizing the sound of our voices to really align with breath, to really align with sounds, frequencies, tones that we can feel within us, soundings that can help to kind of center our attention as we continue our journey with the sort of golden triangle, if you will, of sound and health, breath, and the west wall frequency and vibration of our thinking, and the east wall frequency of our sounding and our voices. I know because I hear it so often, and this last week, interestingly, a lot, people still have that still voice kind of back in their head that says, but I'm not a singer, or I don't really sing, I don't really use my voice in that way. And so many times when practitioners like myself will do a mantra or will sing a melody, that's sort of a process of entrainment, but which is preceded by a journey with you to really help you understand that sound itself is so healing. And to explore that sound, to really give yourself permission to understand that one of the most impactful vibrations that we move our bodies through every day is the sound of our own voices coupled with our speaking, what we're thinking and what we're speaking into the world. So, again, I reiterate, there are a couple of layers. The first layer being a recognition of the power and the transporting essence of breath, because right, we create sound and it travels on the ether, it travels on the breath. So to uh, remember that the vagus nerve, that our neurological system is designed, our nervous system is designed in a way so that continuous tone, or speaking in a monotone, or the creation of that vibration that really enlivens the vagus nerve, awakens the vagus nerve. It sends forth sort of a chemical message, if you will, to the rest of the nervous system. And so it sets up a presence of calm. It awakens nitric oxide, and really so that the orchestral essence of the natural chemicals of the body flow. We've talked in the past about this, kind of specificity of really focusing maybe if there's a pain in a particular part of the body, what's the rattle or what's the tone and what's the intentionality to really be at one with that. So I want to reiterate the fact that if you can, those who are still kind of in a mindset place or are listening to that voice that tends to negate your ability to really fully open up to the beauty and the essence and the health and well-being components of tone. It's not about singing. You don't have to, be an accomplished singer. Your aspiration is not to sing. And I'm going to try maybe to minimize my offerings. I mean, because I've been doing this practice for so long, and I know that if I move into this place, it shifts your ability to hear me. Or if we're in a process of really connecting mind and vibration, breath, thought, and sound to create sort of a tapestry that can gently guide your heart to be connected into a place where you give yourself permission to breathe into stillness. That's a part of the practice. But the essence, especially when independently working, if that feels right for you, please do it. But I really just want to sort of periodically speak to and remind you all that this journey of sound is not about song. It's not about melody in the traditional sense. It's about breath, frequency, it's about the exploration of this sounds, the frequencies, the tones that you can discover that can be utilized along with breath. And again, that acknowledgement and that alignment with the rhythm of the beating heart to really, really move you into a settled place of calm, empower you to recognize that the tones and sounds that we ourselves can create are as powerful as the sounds that we allow externally to move us into a place of calm. To work in alignment, if you're in a particular therapeutic space or in a particular practice or guidance from your physician, an alignment with understanding that breath and tone in many instances can support that. So my call to you this week is to give yourself permission to really be with the breath, really be with the song of the breath, and allow yourself to listen and create sounds. Again, gently, softly, not forcing so that you don't damage yourself in any way. And maybe it's just the simple sigh. Or whatever pitch that feels right for you. This week, I invite you to really empower and enrich your relationship with the tone of your own voice, raising the pitch, lowering it, feeling it, changing the shape, just exploration. Just give yourself permission to explore this week. Sounding is our word. Sounding. Just creating sound. Sound, not song. Sound. Song if it feels right, but this week's theme is to just breathe into an exploration of sounding. Sound. How does your voice feel within you? Sounding. Okay? Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Sounding. Take care.